The agency is a network between member countries, European member countries. And nowadays we are 29 European countries. They contribute with their experts, their research, their knowledge. And we try with our project managers to combine all of these things from a policy level, from a practice, and from research to make reports. Reports which can be used on the top level, on the policy level, in legislation, in developing of teacher training, or in the classroom practice. So even teachers can use some of the material, depending on the project we are running. So the network between the countries, that's the main construction of the agency.
Our agency is in collaboration with our member countries trying to find out which barriers exist to prevent inclusive education and what we can do to improve in order to achieve more inclusive education. In our organization is the combination of policy, research and practice. We have very good examples of outcomes of our work that have been implemented in our member countries through policy into practice. We focus on policies and practices for learners with difficulties, but not only learners with special needs, it also includes children from minority backgrounds, children who have language issues or disadvantaged children, and even gifted students. So we focus on how policy and practice should be geared to achieve inclusive education for all children. Our budget consists of two main parts. For 45%, we receive an operating grant from the Commission under the Erasmus Plus program, which we are in the period from 2014-2020. The other 55% comes as a country contribution from our member countries, depending on the number of inhabitants of the country. Mode of operation of the agency is to provide learning experiences for policymakers and practitioners. So we don't want to compare countries that much. We want to provide them situations where they can learn from and take lessons home in order to implement them in their own environment. The program of the agency, as well as the long-term work, is decided by our board, but in line with the European Council of Ministers' priorities, which have been set in the European targets for 2020. The knowledge on these areas is far too much for every individual country to gather and to disseminate within their country. We do those things for them. We are now acknowledged as an institution who has a lot of information and knowledge about the area based on our project work we have done in the past 15 years. One of the latest developments is countries knock on our door and ask for feedback and audits of their own policy and practice on this area. If you learn from the beginning that some people are different, but have the same skills and competences and can achieve the same targets, is an asset for everyone. It makes countries better in terms of dealing with differences among people. It is about how do we cope with diversity and how can we celebrate diversity between people.